channel. I wanted this video to be as organic as possible, if that makes sense. So I'm not trying to be all glitz and glam, you know, just straight to the point, me talking to y'all while I get ready. You know what I'm saying? Quick little side bun to the back. You know, that's the vibe today. Don't mind my shirt being dingy. I was gonna wear my robe, but I couldn't find it, so here we are. Let me be right back, because first of all, where's my earrings? Okay, so now that we have the earrings in, the eyebrows are done, have my lashes on, let's just get into the video, into the makeup. So my skin was doing well, you know, the other day, and we're here again. I don't, let me not say I don't know, because honestly it's probably because I've been eating bad again. I know, I say I'm gonna lose weight, I say I'm gonna do all of these things, but I still eat bad. So, but we're making progress out here, which is why I wanted to make a video to just talk about some of the things that, you know, been going through my noggin or whatever. Oh girl, like, you know, I feel like life just moves so fast, because I remember like when I was in middle school, I remember in elementary school, like, well, this weekend I'll be 20, my birthday's on Sunday, I'm a Virgo. Kansas, like, people who live in Kansas City, Missouri, whichever one you live in, like, you know that like people are dying. Like, it's a lot of like murders happening, it's a lot of gang violence, it's a lot of innocent people dying. And like a lot of people I went to school with, or a lot of people that I grew up around, or a lot of people like in my family that I grew up with, like, passed away. So it's just like a blessing for me to still be here, for me to, like, given the fact all of the stuff that I've seen. Well, to add on to the video, like, while I was editing, I noticed like something I said, but I forgot to say this part. And when I say like gang violence and like people dying and stuff, the crazy part about all of this, y'all are killing each other over like numbers on a street where y'all don't even own it. Y'all don't even own nothing on that street most of the time. I mean, some of y'all might own some houses and stuff, but like, y'all don't own enough to be killing each other over it. So stop it. Kansas City, get it together, please. Stop killing each other. Jesus. It might be some old voice. No, but for real, like, it is a system. It's designed for you to do that. It's designed for y'all to self-destruct, and y'all have to be a little bit smarter. So please stop. And a lot of the stuff that I witnessed, you know, or even a lot of things around me, like, it don't even have to be your situation. It's always something, like somebody dying every single day. Like on Facebook, you always see an RIP, and you don't even have to be necessarily like related to any of these people or know any of these people, but you still feel that. I don't want to get too much into like my life story or my childhood or whatever, like, because that does not define me, and I don't be wanting to know, like, I don't want no sympathy. It is what it is, and I'm here now, and that's what matters. Listen, it's a blessing to see 20, and it's a blessing to see 20 with the mindset that I have, with the people that I've met, and you know what I'm saying, just like with the grace that and favor that God has over my life. That is a blessing, and I can never take the credit for it. I can never take the credit for my life and how far I've came, and you know what I'm saying, even if I'm not where I want to be, because like, you should never be satisfied with where you're at. Like, you should be happy with where you're at, but never satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Because you should always want more. Like, you should always want to do more and grow and progress. Like, that's the whole point of life, to excel and grow and expand and do the things that you dreamed of. Like, all of this stuff sounds so cliche and so like far-fetched. You're like, whatever, like, that sounds nice, you know, that's only for some people, but really that could be for you, you know. Like, I don't know, I wish people would just wake up and see that God is real, number one, and he really, like, he loves you. Like, he wants you to do well. Like, he wants you, you know what I'm saying, And there's so many ways that he tries to show you that, or show us that, or show me that. Actually, I'm gonna just speak for myself. But like, and there's so many ways that God has shown me, like, that, you know, I was created for a purpose. I am here for a purpose, and, you know, not to take that for granted, and not to, I don't know. I just feel like, honestly, people don't give God enough credit, and a lot of people don't believe anymore. They don't believe in, like, a lot of people don't believe in really dreams like that. People don't believe that the amount of power they have, and they don't, honestly, I don't think people truly believe that you can do all things, you know, with God. There's nothing that you can't do, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I honestly, I didn't believe it either. I didn't, like, we all say, you know, we share these posts on Instagram, you know, we say all this stuff, but like, genuinely, do we believe it? And I can honestly say that I didn't, because although I thought I believed it, and my intention was to believe it, and I like wholeheartedly wanted to, my actions spoke differently. The way that I react to things said something differently. When something would happen, I would lose. First thing, when something happens, like, you know what I'm saying, something that doesn't feel good, or something you may view as bad or whatever, when something like that happens, like, the first thing that leaves, bro, sometimes, honestly, and I'm gonna say it for myself, is faith. Like, I be like, oh my goodness, like, why is this happening to me? Like, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't really stop and say, okay, God, regardless of what my circumstances look like, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? And if you say that, and if you really believe that, you're going to move differently. You're going to walk with a certain level of confidence. You're going to have a certain level of faith and joy, and, you know, regardless of what happens. Like, and I really feel like all of the things that happen to us, I really feel like it is, I'm probably not really going to show what I'm using, because it's the same stuff I use in every video, literally. But, well, my last video, if you watched it, you'll know what I'm using. Whatever. But regardless of what's happening around you, you still gonna have that faith. Period. You're still gonna have that faith. And that is what is gonna determine what happens next. Your faith is like testing you. Things happen in life to really, like, literally test you. Whenever you think of a test, like at school, you think of a test, the point of a test at school to see where your intellect is, to see what you know, what you've learned, and, you know what I'm saying, just to see your performance, what you've learned. That's a test. So if we call these things that happen in life a test, or you say, or you have a testimony, or whatever, so if you view those things as a test, so then that means that this is happening to test your intellect, test where you're at spiritually, test your energy, what have you learned. It's like a level of, like, for instance, another example, playing a video game. Like, if you play like a game, for instance, whatever game it is, like Candy Crush or whatever, if you don't beat that level, you have to, like, redo it. Like, you have to keep, you know, playing it until you progress to the next level. You can't go on to the next level if you didn't beat it. So that's how I look at life. I feel like in order for you to level up or glow up, or whatever your desire is, whatever you truly want, not the things that you settle for, not the things that you do, but the things that you truly want, the things that you think about, like, dang, that would be nice. If you want those type of things to happen in life, you are going to be tested. You are going to be tested by God, by yourself, by your spirit, by the Holy Spirit, however you identify, whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever works for you, the universe, whatever. You are going to be tested to see how bad you truly want it. To see if, because ultimately, like, okay, so we're gonna get a little deep here. So there's a thing called a paradigm, and shout out to my bestie for putting me on this video, because it changed my life. I always knew about it, but, like, I didn't know, like, what was the actual term for it, or I didn't know the actual details, like, you know what I'm saying, about it. And because I've learned a little bit about it in like high school, I took psychology in high school, so I learned a little bit about how from a child we're programmed by our environment. Like the environment has an important role on my bad, y'all. But I feel like the environment has a very important role on how your mindset is and how you turn out. Because okay, whatever, I be rambling, y'all. It's just so much I want to talk to y'all about, like, oh my gosh. But okay, so the mindset is literally programmed from the age, from like the time that you're born. Your conscious mind is like a blank canvas. So like the conscious mind is like, no, not your conscious mind, your subconscious. So your subconscious mind is programmed based on the things that you hear, see, smell, touch, feel, all of those things. Like for that, like a baby is literally like a sponge. That's what I'm trying to say. A baby is literally a sponge to whatever environment it is put in. So okay, so since we know that a baby is a sponge and we are programmed based on our environment, whatever. So if you look at your life and how you've where you've grown up and your environment, like the neighborhood, the family, the school, all of those things are, you know what I'm saying, play a part in how your mindset is and how you think and how you operate in the world. And so yeah, it's called a paradigm. And you can literally think, like, you can gain knowledge on something, or you can think about something or be aware of something and still not do it. Like, for instance, like how people will get a gym membership. How people will get a gym membership and not go to the gym. The idea, they thought about it, they wanted to do it, something that they want to do. It's something that, you know what I'm saying, you know, they obviously got inspired to do because they went out and got their membership. But the desire is in the belief system says otherwise because they don't go. So most people, which I would like to hope, most people want to do better. They want to progress. They want these things, but they don't believe it. And consciously they think they believe it, or consciously it's something that they dream of or they view as something that's possible. But subconsciously, which is the mindset and the program that is wired in your mind from which you were born into. So when we know this, so now that we know this, we know that our mind is programmed to do and believe the things that, you know, we seen as children. So how do we change that? We change that through repetition. We change our paradigm and our programming and structure, whatever, by repetition, by constantly educating yourself about it. And it has to be something that's repeated, because you have to understand that for 6 years this child saw the same stuff, the same thing, the same. So it's gonna take time for you to reprogram that. And that's the truth to how to become successful, or whatever your goals are, even to lose weight maybe, or to be a good mom, whatever your, you know what I'm saying, you need to work on or whatever. You have to constantly, you know, repeat it. Bro, I have a double chin out of this world, bro. I really need to see. I'm talking all of this. Let's see how I actually do it, because baby girl needs to see a gym. I don't know how I didn't allow myself to gain this much weight. Like, it's ridiculous. This is cute. This is the look I was going for. Very subtle. But I don't even know what I was saying or what was the summary of that. But If I remember, which I really need to, I'll link the video I'm talking about below. Bro, less is more with powder. If you want it to look good and not so cakey, because it literally, when I touch it, I can still feel like my skin. It doesn't feel like I have a whole like thick ass layer or something over me. So what I'm getting ready for, so I'm supposed to be going to the store to get the food for a kickback I'm having with my cousin for my birthday. So we got like an Airbnb. I don't know what's been going on with my eyebrows, y'all. Jeez, that's just gonna be as good as it's gonna get right in there. It's still cute though. So yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. I just now. Yesterday was a really good day. I hung out with my friends I haven't seen in a while. We had some good talks, bro. We talked about everything. I recorded some of it, but I ain't looking from that angle, so we'll see if I upload it or not. Yes, this is cute as fuck. Okay. See what you did there? Now I'm gonna go over with my Fenty lip gloss. Y'all, I think I'm gonna vlog the day of my birthday. Or like me doing my makeup, and then I'll show y'all my outfit because it's gonna be so cute. So what do you guys think about the look? I think it's really cute. Let's see. Let's put the light on. Ooh, I should have had the light on the whole time.